Welcome back to the deep dive. For anyone really involved in our digital world today, whether you're actually building software, using it all the time, or maybe you're just curious about how things work online, well, you've probably felt that frustration, right? When an app slows right down or a website just freezes up, it's a sharp reminder, isn't it, that in our very digital lives, performance isn't something we can just take for granted. So today, our deep dive is into this really essential but often kind of invisible field, performance testing. We're going to unpack what that really means and look at the key companies working behind the scenes, to make sure our digital experiences are smooth. Our mission really is to go through our sources and pull out those key insights about the companies leading the charge in this vital area.
Exactly. And performance testing, at its heart, it's all about rigorously checking things like speed, response time, stability, reliability,
Okay.
scalability, and how much resource an application uses, all under a specific workload. Think of it almost as like an invisible guardian for your digital life.
An invisible guardian, I like that. Okay, let's unpack this a bit more. Why is this so crucial for you, the listener?
Well, it's what stops those annoying delays, those crashes. It ensures that the tech we depend on, daily banking apps, streaming, you name it, actually works the way it's supposed to.
Right. And our sources, they've given us a sort of hand-picked list of the top players in this field.
Yeah, and this is where it gets pretty interesting, actually. We're going to see the sheer scale of some of these operations, and also the very specialized ways different companies tackle these problems. We'll look at key stats, the service they offer, maybe even some big-name clients. It really paints a fascinating picture of the industry.
One thing that really jumped out from the sources is just how diverse this industry is.
Yeah.
In terms of both size and what they focus on. So on one end, you've got these massive global players like Infosys, founded way back in 1981, over 242,000 employees.
Huge, absolutely huge. And they're not just doing performance testing, right? They offer this huge range, application development, AI, blockchain. They do it all. And they work with major clients. I mentioned Daimler, Mercedes-Benz, HSBC Bank, big names.
That scale is definitely a key insight. I mean, having that massive portfolio lets them offer performance testing as part of like a much bigger digital transformation package.
Right, which really appeals to those large enterprise clients, doesn't it? They often want one vendor to handle everything end to end. And similarly, you've got Tech Mahindra, founded in 1986, over 10,000 employees, still very significant. They also emphasize providing a really realistic view of application performance, almost mirroring a live system,
Okay.
assuring performance, availability, scalability, reliability across a whole range of IT services, including infrastructure and cloud.
That's a powerful approach, especially for big, complex organizations. But it's not all about the giants, is it? There's this really interesting world of specialization, too.
Oh, definitely.
Take iBeta QA. They're US-based, founded in 99. What's interesting is their model. No long-term contracts.
Ah, that's different.
Yeah, and they have over 400 physical mobile devices in their lab. Not emulators, the actual phones and tablets. And this QA on-demand thing.
That focus on physical devices, that's a really critical point. It highlights the need for testing in authentic user environments. Emulators don't always catch everything.
Right, real-world performance. It's kind of the opposite of a one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly. And that QA on-demand model, it means clients can just scale testing up or down super quickly without those long commitments. That's vital for agile development, like their work with SpoofSense shows.
So it's about being nimble, being authentic. And building on that specialization idea, there's New Era, founded 2001. Their focus is slightly different again, helping clients manage their workforce to boost productivity.
Okay, how so?
They offer things like on-demand software architects and performance analysts. Their services include comprehensive performance advice and capacity planning.
Ah, capacity planning. That's key.
Yeah.
So they're not just finding problems, they're giving strategic insights, helping businesses figure out, how much traffic their systems can actually handle before things start to creak.
Exactly, which can prevent those really costly outages during peak times like Black Friday or something.
Which leads to that question you raised earlier. How do these more specialized advisory approaches actually result in better, maybe more future-proof systems for businesses?
Yeah, that's a great question. And another specialist, Performance Lab, founded in 2003, kind of gives us a clue. They really focus on enterprise-scale applications, specifically tackling performance bottlenecks.
Those tricky spots where everything slows down.
Right, like slow API calls, when software parts talk to each other, or
Yeah.
inefficient database queries, how data gets pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
But what's really innovative is they're not just testing. They're actually building their own next-gen platform for load testing. It's called BoomQ.io.
Wow, okay. Developing their own platform, that's a significant move. It lets them tailor solutions really precisely to those complex, large-scale challenges. You might not get that flexibility with standard off-the-shelf tools.
Definitely speaks to a deep hands-on technical understanding.
Yeah.
And this then brings us to companies offering maybe a broader spectrum of quality assurance, looking at overall system health, not just performance.
Hmm.
A1QA, for example, over 2,800 employees, done more than 1,500 projects.
Web, mobile, IoT, blockchain, they cover a lot.
Yeah, full cycle testing for clients like Adidas, Kaspersky.
And that full cycle part is important. It means they're involved right from the early stages of development all the way through to after launch. Quality at every step. Similarly, Sybage, founded in 95, about 6 to 100 employees. They build on-demand testing platforms using open source software and cloud services, works across big platforms like Java, mobile.
That focus on open source and cloud points to a big trend, doesn't it? Towards more flexible, maybe more cost-effective solutions.
Absolutely. Flexibility is huge.
And you see that with others too, like Spec India. They focus on boosting project quality with streamlined testing, both manual and automated, making sure software works smoothly across lots of different devices and platforms.
In AlgoWorks, they use real test cases on actual devices to really maximize web and cloud performance. Works for startups and big enterprises.
That commitment to real-world testing, it keeps coming up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Seems critical for getting impactful results.
It really does. And many of these companies, they don't just find the problems. They offer solutions, strategic advice. Jade Global is another one, end-to-end QA, looking at code, sprint, component performance.
Enterprise apps, web services.
Right. And using well-known tools like Apache JMeter, BlazeMeter, popular load testing tools, one open source, one commercial.
Ultimately, though, for a lot of clients, it boils down to return on investment, ROI.
Always.
Thingsys, founded 2012, they're really upfront about this. They say they optimize performance and productivity to help clients get a rapid ROI. They build custom tech apps, work with big names like Shutterstock.
Yeah, translating that technical performance into actual business value, that's crucial.
Makes sense.
Then you've got Quality Logic, providing flexible services to validate performance, check conformance to standards, verify interoperability, making sure different systems work together.
Okay.
And QAwerk, they're based in Ukraine, founded 2015. They specialize in finding those slow loading issues, poor scalability, reliability problems. They can even figure out the maximum number of users a system can handle at once.
That's critical info for planning, for investment decisions.
Definitely.
And the global reach here is just amazing. It really shows this is a universal need. NTT Data Services, huge U.S. firm, founded way back in 1967.
Wow.
They're using automation, AI, big data to improve that ROI and get products out faster. Or Signiti, also U.S.-based, offering comprehensive analysis and recommendations for performance fixes, including cloud testing.
And Testing Experts HQ in London, founded 2013. They focus on reducing defects that make it into production. They've got teams specializing in CI/CD.
Continuous integration, continuous delivery,
Yeah.
getting changes out quickly and reliably.
Exactly. And test automation. Then from Belarus, XP Software. Dedicated QA teams doing full software lifecycle testing, checking every little element for, well, flawless performance.
We also saw Qualitas, another U.S. company, manage testing services, risk-based testing, and firms in India like TestFox started 2017, simulating system behavior, monitoring third-party APIs under stress.
All playing a critical role, yeah. Ensuring our digital world doesn't buckle under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, QA Services from Australia, founded 2009. Comprehensive analysis, recommendations, detailed reports, really digging into application performance under different loads. It just shows the truly global, multifaceted nature of this field.
Well, that just about brings us to the end of another, I think, really interesting deep dive. We've definitely reinforced that performance testing, it's not just squashing bugs.
Not at all.
It's really about proactively ensuring that speed, that reliability, and the scalability needed for a truly seamless user experience.
Yeah, and to kind of summarize the key takeaways, we've seen that incredible diversity, haven't we? You've got the huge global players like Infosys, Tech Mahindra, offering these vast service portfolios, often part of bigger digital projects.
Right, the giant.
Then the specialists like iBeta QA, really highlighting that need for authentic testing with actual physical devices and flexible ways to engage.
Mhm.
And then companies like Performance Lab actually innovating the tools themselves, building their own platform, boomq.io, to get at those tough enterprise bottlenecks. It shows the market needs both breadth and that really deep cutting-edge specialization.
So what does all this mean for you listening? Well, maybe it gives you a new perspective on why some of your favorite apps just work so well. Or maybe why others seem to struggle sometimes, especially under pressure.
Yeah.
Understanding these processes happening underneath kind of gives you a shortcut to being well informed about these invisible forces shaping our digital world.
Absolutely. And ultimately, the goal for all these